Well played, Tom. A second century of the season for you today, and 391 for 7. You've helped to play the team into what looks like a really commanding position.
Yeah, I think we'd obviously take that at the start of the day. I think we were a bit unsure about the wicket at the start and how the Kookaburra ball was going to behave. So I think to be 391 for 7 is we're in a good position. Hopefully the wicket is starting to turn. It looked like it was actually turning a little bit more towards the end of the day, which is a good sign for us. Obviously having Simon Harmer. But yeah, all in all, a good day.
You're the leading run scorer in the country in red ball cricket this season, after probably a relatively lean year by your standards last season. Is there anything you can put that down to? Any technical changes, or is it a case of converting good starts?
Yeah, I'd probably say it's the latter, more converting starts. Last year was disappointing for me. I think averaging just under 30, but getting in nearly every single game, which was infuriating as a batter. And actually I've done a little bit this year as well, with obviously a couple of hundreds in there's been nice, but I've got to 30 and 40 quite regularly. So no, nothing really technical to report on. I suppose a bit more positive intent has helped me. I think looking back to when I was scoring a lot of runs a few years ago, I was scoring quite quickly and hitting a lot of boundaries, which is I think a good sign for me if I'm continuing that. So no, probably just luck.
The partnership of 227 between yourself and Dan Lawrence was the highest third wicket partnership for Essex against Warwickshire, and as you said, it came at a really good tempo after those 2 early wickets. Warwickshire have a strong new ball attack. Was there a plan to take the attack back to them after that good start?
Not really, to be fair. I think, as I just touched on there, I'm trying to be a little bit more positive with my batting, but you know how Dan plays, who played fantastically well, and will be disappointed to get out for a 150, because I think that was an opportunity to get his double 100. But he's an attacking player, and he's a joy to bat with, because he does take the pressure off the other batter, because he scored so quickly. So there was no real plan. Obviously the wicket is decent. The Kookaburra ball doesn't seem to be doing as much once it gets a little bit older. So fortunately we just managed to score quite freely.
You were particularly strong through the offside against the spinners with quite a heavy leg side field. You're obviously strong through mid-wicket, but do you find that can create those opportunities through the offside? Yeah,
I think off spin, I'm happy to score both sides of the wicket. It's pretty common knowledge that I hit a lot through the leg side. So it was nice to get a few boundaries away through the offside for a change. But yeah, it's always just nice to score runs, because I don't think I've scored 100 here for a while in first class cricket. It has been challenging at times, but it's, you want to score as many hundreds as possible, but you also do want to score them at home in front of brilliant support. So yeah, it's been a pleasing day.
And this game, as you've mentioned, is the first trial of a Kookaburra ball. How was it playing, and are there any message in particular you went back to convey to bowlers? There
was probably a period when the ball was maybe between 50 and 70 overs old. It reversed quite a lot. I think they've got some good exponents of reverse swing bowlers. So that's something that we can be mindful of going into our bowling innings. But I think once you get through the new ball, you can clearly see that it doesn't have as much to seam as a Duke, so it should be a little bit easier to bat. It didn't turn a huge amount through the first half of the day, but it looked like it was turning towards the end, which is obviously another good sign for us moving forward.